Therefore, by devotional service, one may see the Lord's intensely blissful, glorious lotus feet. In this way, one experiences intense bliss. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the personal feature of the Supreme Lord is the origin of the impersonal Brahman. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita 14.27 and Brahma Samhita 5.40. Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna's feet are the personification of happiness. Therefore, they are a great reservoir of happiness. They are sweet as sugar. Impersonal Brahman has only slight happiness. If the individual spirit soul is Param Brahman spirit, then he must also be the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is full of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that Srimad Bhagavatam 2.7.11 explains that Brahman is a feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If the individual spirit souls are Brahman, then they are also a feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The truth is that the individual spirit souls are parts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as rays of lights or parts of the sun. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. So all this Shastra, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan, iti Shabdyate, when we hear them from Shastra, it sounds like, it just sounds like more like a theory in a textbook on a shelf somewhere. It just feels distant and it's not relevance. We may not be able to relate immediately to what is being said in Shastra, but the beauty is that everything that was said in Shastra, in Bhagavad Gita or like this Srimad Bhagavatam, this verse, what is that? Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti Shabdyate. Vadanti tat tat vavidas. Yat Jnanam Advayam. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti Shabdyate. All these verses are so much really, all of them are really experiential. Even this verse too. The Shastra is just speaking what is happening to us. What is happening to us, and what will happen to us, and what we will feel, and what we will perceive. That's all. That's all. It is like this. When somebody gives a recipe, recipe on the paper may look like, it may say, okay, turn on the stove, put the pot there, put the ghee there, and now put whatever ingredients. Okay, milk karna hai to, okay, boil the milk and add the sugar, like that. So when the recipe is put on the paper or when it is heard, it is so much to do with the actual preparation and taste of it. So the actual preparation and taste are real. That is our real-time experience here. Like that, the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, all these shlokas, they're more like, the recipes. You put together like this, like this, like this, and this dish will come out. See how wonderful this dish is tasting? Isn't that so yummy? Like that. Cheto darpanam arjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam, you say it. Isn't this anandambudi vardhanam? Don't you see, this is pratipadam purnamrita swadanam? Like that, the recipe. The recipe is given and the taste of how the recipe tastes is also being said. So it's so much to do with what is happening to us, what will happen to us, like that. So, in this way, the Shastra is so relevant for us. Yeah, so relevant because we need the recipes, you know, for us to cook the dish and taste it. I like that. So, Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti Shabdyate. In a spiritual journey, any soul, any religion, when it wants to, when it wants to connect to its source, the soul, then these, these barriers, these barriers, anything related to the body, to this mind, and biggest barrier, me and mind barriers, these are there. So, a soul, for it, for a soul to realize its true self, these layers have to be shed off. Then it will, as it goes towards Bhagavan, when these obstacles go away, when these layers go away, and then it will be able to perceive Bhagavan. So, in that journey towards Bhagavan, this Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, these experiences, the soul will go through these experiences. How it's just, how it's pure consciousness. When there's no influence of modes, what is left is pure consciousness, of course. But when the soul decides to perceive further and not just stop there, then the truth is revealed. More truth is revealed. Oh, so the source here, Paramatma, as the source of this pure consciousness, is here. So that truth is revealed. And when the soul desires to, like, a Paramatma Bhagavan hai, soul and I am Mamevamshe Jiva Loke. So when the soul desires to reciprocate with that Param Satyam in a personal aspect, then there's a deeper level of understanding of the absolute truth. So one will experience, and they conduct accordingly based on their realization. This Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan, iti Shabdyate. Like that, like that. Even for us also, the devotees, Bhagavan realization is more such a personal um, realization of the personal aspect of the Lord, and that with reciprocation. So that Bhagavan realization, the Bhagavan in different rasas. Yeah, we were hearing this morning. The Shantarasa is the Paramatma realization. Before that is Aham Brahmasmi. That's it. Shantarasa is Paramatma realization, like that. But in our bhakti, this beautiful bhakti journey, with Bhagwan, for Bhagwan, when our attachment for the Lord, is increasing so much, that nothing else really bothers us, then that attachment, when it grows, as we heard in the stage of Ruchi Asakti there, then in the stage of Bhava, that Bhagwan realization, there it will become more apparent in one of those sthayi bhavas, like that. So that is when Bhagwan realization happens to us. Before that, what we experience is more of a little impersonal, and Paramatma realization like that. Yes, please. You can continue. Somebody else, please. Already 8:17. Yeah. Mm. Which one,
Hare
Mataji?
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
184, Mataji.
Yes, please. Yeah, 184. Thank you.
The individual spirit souls are eternally different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are different as rays of light are different from the sun, sparks are different from a fire, and waves are different from the ocean. By the Lord's eternal potency, which is full of spiritual pastimes and opulences, and which is called Mahamaya and Yogamaya, the difference between the individual spirit souls and the Supreme Personality of Godhead is established eternally. Therefore, the devotees consider that the individual spirit souls are both different from the Lord and not different from Him. In the liberated condition, the difference is prominent. Srila Sanatan Goswami explains that because the individual spirit souls are Brahman, they are not different from the Supreme, and because they are only parts of Him, they are different from Him. Even Shankaracharya agrees that the liberated soul are different from the Lord, for he says, Mukta api leelaya vigraham kritva bhagavantam bhajanti. Even the liberated souls have form. They worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead and enjoy pastimes with Him. That the liberated souls worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead is also confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.14.5. Although the individual spirit souls have forms that are eternal and full of knowledge and bliss, by the influence of Lord Krishna's Maya, which places them in ignorance without beginning and makes them forget the truth, they become bewildered and wander in the world of birth and death. When he understands his own nature, material illusion departs and he becomes liberated. Then he understands that he is an immensely blissful part and parcel of the Supreme Brahman. In every circumstance, one reaps the fruit of his actions. In the liberation attained by knowledge of one's own self, the fruit is only slight happiness. Persons who yearn for Swargaloka praise the celestial words. In the same way, persons who, because they are tormented by the world of birth and death and cannot taste nectar, yearn for impersonal liberation, again and again praise impersonal liberation. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you. We can pause here and maybe we can please share your reflections since it's 8:20. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for reading, both of you. Anything from any one of you?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Ma.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat pranams to all the devotees and to you, Ma.
Yeah.
Yeah, 187, it indicates that although the individual spirit souls have the forms that are eternal and full of knowledge and bliss, by the influence of Lord Krishna's Maya, which places them in ignorance without beginning and makes them forget the truth, they become bewildered and wander in the world of birth and death. So, this one we have to remember. And 180, Amma, 180 is also a wonderful text. Actually, Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that personal feature of the Supreme Lord is the origin of the impersonal Brahman. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita 14.27 and Brahma Samhita 5.47. And so devotional service, one may see the Lord's intensely blissful, glorious lotus feet. In this way, one experiences intense bliss. Amma. That's all, Amma. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Maybe we can pause there. Okay, devotees, anybody else? If not, we can pause here.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Hare.
I really like the analogy you shared with the recipe and actually making it and tasting it. And I was remembering how you have always said that we have to walk through it with the Lord, towards the Lord, to have that experience. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. You were supposed to rest, Mataji. Just na Mataji. Pas sunna hai when we are sick. But still, we'll take it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, true. With the Lord, for the Lord, walk through it. That is how the mango is ripened. नहीं तो मैंगो क्या होता है? Green mango, if we want a yellow mango overnight, the taste will not be there. It will be damaged. Walk through it with the Lord, for the Lord. Yes, please. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. All right, dear devotees. Okay. Nothing. We will pause here. Okay. Yeah, somebody, something?
No, thank you, Mataji. And I would like to say, Joshna Mataji, get well soon. Mataji.
Get well soon, yes.
Yeah, for all of us, we are aspiring Jyotsna Mataji. You should get better, Amma. Take rest. Hare Krishna.
you see those invisible cards coming to your side, Mataji. Get well soon cards.
Yeah. Yes, Mat, I do see.
So we'll
You
pause.
take rest, Mataji, Joshna Dev Mataji.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Sure.
Vanchakalpatarupyascha कृपा
सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
वैष्णव ठाकुर की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, संवेद भक्त की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण।